Today we're gonna make a grapefruit and poppy seed loaf with yogurt frosting. I don't know, I had a shit ton of grapefruits and I'm like, what can I do with grapefruits? I don't wanna make like a salad or anything. I just wanna like do something with grapefruit in it. So yeah, let's try this out. We're gonna make a loaf that has grapefruit, poppy seeds, and yogurt. Sounds fun. Let's give it a go. First, let's preheat our oven to 350. All right, bake. Excellent. Next, you're gonna get yourself a loaf pan, like an 8.5 by 4.5, preferably. And then you can get yourself some parchment paper and you're going to put this in like so. Put it in there about the length of the pan itself, and you're just gonna shove it in there. You want the overhang, that's totally fine. Don't worry about that. Next, you're gonna grab yourself some cooking oil, non-stick spray. Just give it a coat. In a mixing bowl, about this size, medium size, you're gonna take 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And then you're gonna take 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And then we're gonna get 3/4 tablespoon of kosher salt. And then we're gonna whisk that all together, all right? All right, we got 1 cup of sugar. And then we got a tablespoon of grapefruit zest, like so. I'm gonna give a little more. I feel like it's a little under. Smidge more. And don't toss out your grapefruit because you need to save it for, we're gonna juice these here in a minute. All right, now it wants us to use our fingers. I'm gonna wash my hands first. Soap. Make sure your hands are really dry. All right. And I just want you to work that grapefruit in with the sugar until you get some clumps and it becomes aromatic and you can smell the two together. So I want you to do this for about a minute. Now we're gonna add the eggs, the oil, and the vanilla. So we get 1/3 cup vegetable oil. Boop, right in there. Then you're gonna take your 2 eggs, 2 eggs. Like so. Okay, wash your hands. Okay, and then I want 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Get your teaspoon thing out. This is 1/2. I can't find my full teaspoon thing, but and then if you've got an electric mixer, you can use that. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. You can do this for about 4 minutes. All right, after you're done beating the shit out of it for about 4 minutes, you're gonna take the dry mixture boop, that you made earlier, that's the flour and baking powder and salt, and you're gonna dump about half of this into your mixture, all right? Set that off to the side. And then just continue to mix it, all right? Remember, you want it as smooth as humanly possible. Next, you're gonna take 3/4 cup of your Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, and into the bowl it goes, like so. And now you're gonna mix that around, all right? Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. All right, I'm already loving this color. It looks like it's gonna do something, and that's always exciting. And then you're gonna take the other half of your dry mixture and mix that in, all right? Okay, now remember, I told you to save the grapefruit that you zested, right? Because now we're gonna cut this, juice it, and we're gonna put 5 tablespoons of grapefruit juice, no seeds, I shouldn't have to tell you that, into your mixture, all right? Knife, grapefruit, cut it in half. All right, that's a beaut. And we're just gonna squeeze it into your measuring cup or bowl, whatever you're using. Remember, you only want about 5 tablespoons worth here, and then you're gonna have a couple more tablespoons later, but just don't waste your grapefruit is what I'm trying to say. All right, so 5 tablespoons of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna put in a tablespoon of poppy seeds. All right, poppy seeds. Way too expensive in the grocery store for something that I'm never really ever gonna use again. For as far as I'm concerned, this is it. I mean, I may make another one of these loaves, but that's all I can think of, really. It's like $8 for just some poppy seeds. And I was like, well, why don't you give me a smaller container so I'm not taking so much, because I don't need this much. And even the smaller container was expensive. It was the same price as this one, so I just got this one. That's just me bitching, all right? Tablespoon. I'm gonna do this over the sink. 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds. In you go. Perfect. Now, after you've got that all mixed together, we're gonna put it in our loaf pan. Oh yeah, look how pretty and beautiful that is. Oh, glorious. Glorious. Make sure you scrape every little bit out of this thing. All right? Okay, now that we've finished that, we're gonna pop it in the oven and get this show on the road, right? I need to shave. All right. Ooh, fancy. All right, so we gotta let that go for about 50 to 60 minutes. You're gonna start checking on it about minute 45, and you want it golden brown, and then you're gonna do the poke test. What I like to use is, I eat a lot of Asian food, so I've got a lot of chopsticks laying around. Wooden chopsticks that are disposable. So when it's done, I'm gonna take the wooden chopstick and just poke it down through, and if it comes out clean, it's done. If not, it needs a little bit more time. So you're gonna put that in for about 50 to 60 minutes, and in that time, we'll come back and we'll make the frosting, which is really simple. It's just a drizzle that you drizzle over the top. But in the meantime, since we've got so much time, I can think of one thing we can do together. Let's make a drink! Let's rock this joint, all right? Vodka. Lime soda water. Cranberry juice. No. Come on now. What?
All right, I just took it out of the oven. It's looking pretty fucking solid. So I'm just gonna let it sit for about another 45 minutes.
And then you're gonna take about 2 to 3 more tablespoons of grapefruit juice and brush it over the top. And then you're gonna let that sit for 15 minutes. So after it's sat for about 15 minutes, we're gonna use the parchment paper to lift it out of the loaf pan and put it on a wire rack. If you don't have one, I'm just gonna use one of these because I don't have a wire rack. I just found out I don't have a wire rack, so I'm just gonna do this and just let it sit on top of my stove. Do with what you got. Next, we're gonna take 1 tablespoon of yogurt. In there. There you go. There you go. And then we're gonna take about a half a cup of powdered sugar. Boop. And we're gonna get a pinch of salt. I'm gonna whisk that together with a little bit of water. Then we're gonna take our bowl of frosting that we just made, right? It's the exciting part. And we're gonna just drizzle it on top of this guy, like so. Sit for about another 30 minutes, let that frosting settle and cool down, and then you're good to go. All right? All right, let's taste this. Tastes like a poppy seed loaf. I'm not really tasting the grapefruit, but it's still delicious. That's what happens when you try and make a cooking video and you've got roommates. Do what you can, bud. This is really good. I'll see you next time.